Well, look who I found, eh?
They were incredibly defiant. I mean, she's a piece of work. I tell you, she is a real piece of work. This is going to be a 7-day battle. Let the games begin.
This is like a masterclass on what not to do when your children are defiant. You do not just keep adding punishment after punishment after punishment. If anything, this makes things worse and it just fuels the fire, the power struggle, the way that she said, I'm not scared of her. Of course. Why would she be? What is this? What is she going to do? Make me run? That's what she said. There's no fear. When you are parenting out of fear, it doesn't work. It stops working. It may work when your child's little and you're bigger than them and you could take away their favorite things. What's going to happen when they're bigger than you? Are you going to beat up a teenager? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
This school is not what they're expecting. The Cross Power Ministry School is in a rough part of town.
And because of my experience of working with youth, I decided that I'm going to have to start on something practical.
I love bikes, man.
Yeah?
I didn't learn, like school learned, it just made you realise that there's so many people here. And you can like tell you, like look at them and it's like they've gone through so much.
Yeah, it's good, man. I like this place. I come tomorrow.
That went really well. Notice how it was about the connection that made the walls come down. They showed him the motorcycles and there's these classes like let me help you help yourself. So effective for teenagers. If we want to make a difference, if you want to change the path, it's like a reset. You look at your child and you go, you know what? This sucks. The atmosphere in our home sucks. You yell, I yell. I know we both love each other, but this isn't working for either of us. So what are some things that you want? Let's write down some goals. What are some things that you want in the next few years as you go through high school? And then what are some things I want? And where's the crossover? How can we help each other? It'll make a huge difference.
This morning was an incredible struggle. Liam eventually got up. He got up okay. He was a bit sluggish, a bit slow to start, just normal. But Rylee, she just turned completely feral, abusing me. And there was a bit of argy-bargy going on and all sorts of things happened. So we're back to square one.
At least Liam is stepping things up today.
Just because you don't want to get up doesn't mean to say you tell somebody to F off repeatedly.
It's a little bit of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. When you're changing the patterns of discipline, it's not going to be linear. You're going to have moments where you have to reflect and adjust and think, okay, this is working, that's not working. It's not a perfect science. But you have to be really careful that you don't cross over into permissive parenting when she wouldn't get out of bed. We can't just go, oh, okay, well, whenever you feel like getting out of bed, that'll work. So I have a few questions. My first question is, was this discussed prior? Was this plan of what time we get up in the morning discussed? Was she a part of the conversation? Because I look at my teen and I go, okay, we have to be at school at 8. How much time do you need in the morning to get ready? Oh, okay. Do you think 30 minutes? So if you wake up at 7:30, is that enough time for you to get ready, have breakfast, and then we could be out the door? Like talk to them about it and then give some leverage. And you go, hey, I know you like to sleep in, right? Yeah, me too. How about on the weekends we sleep in until 10, or you let them sleep until whatever time they want to get up? Is it necessary? When you're implementing certain rules in your home, try to be careful on implementing rules. Like, is that necessary? Do you have to wake them up? Like, let them sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I try to be very selective on when I say no, because when I say no, I follow through and mean it.
Yeah. Take it easy.
A contrite Rylee finally emerges, but all is not forgiven.
I'm sorry for swearing at you.
Well, let me tell you something. That'll be the last time you ever open your mouth to me like that again. I will not put up with it. I am over her. She switches. She's absolutely got one personality for a minute, then another. If you turn feral on me again tomorrow morning, it's going to get worse, babe.
Yep.
Understand? You're messing with the wrong person.
Now, let's say they did discuss it. This was agreed upon, and she didn't listen. What I would do in this situation is I'd go to wake her up. When she starts to get irritated, I'd go, excuse me, this is your warning. And then if she continued, I just would have walked out of the room. And then I would have had enough time to really think about, okay, what's my next move here? And your next move isn't about control. It isn't like, what's the next punishment? It's what is going on here that's not working. So when the teen finally came out, I go, hey, you know, we need to talk about what happened earlier. We agreed on what time you were going to get up. And I don't appreciate being treated like that. I'm helping you get up so that you could be successful. Remember those goals that we talked about earlier? Like, you work with your child on goals. Like, I'm trying to help you help yourself. You have these goals of being a fashion designer or being a paramedic or being a whatever. Like, I'm here to support you. And so when I go to wake you up and you act like that's not cool, because I'm helping you. And I don't want to have to give you consequences and punishment. That's ridiculous. You're old enough to not need that. You see how, like, I kind of come at it a different angle. It's not a power thing. It's you're making this hard on you. And it's not fair when I am doing things for you too. You know, you want to go to whatever later, the movies with your friends. Not in this case, because of course she can't do anything. It's stuck in this house for a week. But, you know, if you're talking to your actual kid at home, like, what makes me want to do things for you then? This is how relationships work. You're teaching the foundations of one day this being their intimate partner or this being their best friend. Teaching them that respect is reciprocated and that they have the power to make this a good thing or make this miserable for everyone.
Our teen's final school assignment is to help with the weekly neighbourhood get-together.
These two are special. You know, they have their own personalities, and they also the uniqueness.
I just love this. This did not end up being what I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to be sent to some awful boot camp where they get screamed at in the face. It's a calm and confident and loving place for them to learn and grow, and you could see how much they care for them, and then they end up caring back, and it's all reciprocated, and I love it so much. My heart is just like my smile. I'm clapping. It's so great, because when they get loved in that manner, then they recognize the goodness in themselves.
I was like thinking about saying no, and I was like, no, I'll take it. Hey everyone, today in the park, someone gave me some weed. I thought about it, and like, honestly, I don't want it.
How awesome is that? That's huge for you. And so she's made a very important decision for a long-term future rather than a short-term gain.
Chill bumps. Okay, when our kids do the thing that we want them to do, we have to make a big deal about it. Like, party, huge, lots of affirmations, lots of noticing, lots of, wow, just make a big deal about that. Pump those tires, because it's long lasting. You're giving them the dopamine in a good way right now. Oh, yes. And then reminding them, like, I love you through all of it. This obviously is what they call her, the host mom. I finally know what it's called. It's the host mom. It's so good. It's so good. This is a great. Okay, this is turning around. Is it gonna stay good? Is it gonna stay good?
While Yvonne is delighted at Rylee flashing her drugs away, Liam is angry that Rylee confessed without consulting him.
It was about 10:30, and next thing he's gone.
It's only just clicked tonight, Like, I don't know, man. Oh, fucking God. Fucking killer, man. I'm leaving the house because of that. The fact that she smiled and thought she was better than me.
Wait, so what is going on? So he is upset because Rylee admitted to it, so he feels as though, oh, she's the goody two shoes. Is that what's happening? We're about to see how host mom approaches it. She approaches this as coming with aggression as well. It's not gonna go well. So the best thing to do when you see your child, especially a teenager, having lots of emotion is like, pull it back. It doesn't mean you're being permissive. You're still going to hold the boundary. Like, you can't just leave, and you're going to talk about that later and make a plan. Like, oh, if your sister bothers you, like, what's something else we can do? Not that she's the sister, but you understand what I mean. Just, oh gosh, host mom is, I don't have confidence that she's going to handle this well.
Listen, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. No, you won't.
I wasn't sure if he was actually going to hit me or not. Part of me, I guess, went into survival mode, and I'm thinking, you know, any minute now, I could be lying flat on the ground with a fist in my face. Could not restrain him in terms of getting him to come into the car or come back home.
Well, there we go. She put her hands on him. What? And now she's following him, and not just following him like quietly from behind, just making sure he's safe. No, she's got the freaking window rolled down and she's poking him. If you're a police officer, or if you know about police officers, a really good skill that you need to learn is how to de-escalate a situation. This is the opposite of de-escalating a situation. There is nothing that you need to say right now. Silence is golden in this situation. You're poking the bear. You're making it worse. Shut up.
But I think that the less I actually have to do with him now, the better, and I just follow him and let him walk himself out.
1 hour later, a now calm Liam is at Yvonne's driveway asking for forgiveness.
Just want to say I'm really sorry for what I did. It was not right. It was immature. It was spiteful.
This is why silence is golden, because they eventually go from that brainstem back online to their frontal lobe. Oh my gosh, what have I done? And we want to make sure that we don't encourage them to do more damage than what they would have done had we not escalated the situation.
Liam, I can't have you in my house tonight. I will be alone in the house with a man who has at least twice threatened to do me some serious harm. So you go and we'll find a place for you to be tonight where you'll be safe and warm and have the ability to have a good sleep, okay? So we'll leave it there now. Okay, night.
And I think it's great that now she's speaking in such a soft voice, but she's maintaining her boundary of, I need to make sure that I'm safe, and how you acted was not safe. And he's able to receive that information now, and he's crying and he's hurt because they've been building this relationship together. So this is good. This is good.
I really want to change. I don't want to be like this anymore.
That is all that we are going to watch today. I do have my kids home for the summer. These episodes are much longer than the Super Nanny episodes, so I've linked it in the description below if you want to watch the full episode uninterrupted. But before you go, I want to leave you with a quote that Dr. Becky Kennedy, the author of Good Inside, says often. It sticks out in my head. I remind myself of it, and I remind my kids of it. You are a good kid having a hard time. You are a good parent having a hard time. You are a good brother, a good sister, a good aunt, a good uncle, a good friend having a hard time. So much of life is just navigating, what lever do I need to pull? What do I need to turn in order to get the result that I desire? We all want goodness. You hear him. He wants a job. He has these aspirations. But what do I need to do to get there? We support each other. We're a community. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe, join us as we just, go through this journey together. I'm happy to have you here, and I'll see you next time.